Welcome back to Every Africa this morning. I am Cherotich Kenei and welcome to this 28th day of April 2014 where we're discussing the topics making way across the social side of Twitter. Now today, if you take a look here at my extreme left side here, we have the 10 most trending topics being beyond belief, Somali household, checkpoint, scars of war, Churchill, Gerrard, Liverpool, Chelsea, Yaya Toure, and finally finishing off with Torres. So there we have matters football, we have matters politics, we have matters social life. So indeed, it is quite an interesting hashtag for the day today. But let's begin with the topics we're going to highlight today, and we'll begin off with believe or not. So yesterday, the heated debate was about, is atheism going to take a hold in Kenya and Africa as a continent as well? So people were sending in their comments whether or not this particular mode of livelihood is indeed going to penetrate into the African household. So a lot of you sent in your comments on this particular hashtag. Let me take you there where we have the hashtag beyond belief. So here let's just take a look at some of this. This was a discussion there at a local television station. So let's move to some of the comments coming in. Kinoti Kenya says failure to believe in itself is believing. Failure to believe is eternity is also true. There is no eternity for the person. That hashtag beyond belief. We have here Piers Muturi who says if God didn't exist, atheism will be irrelevant. Hashtag beyond belief. And so just let's go on here where LeBron says beyond belief, hashtag checkpoint. God protect me from venom of snakes, tooth of tigers, and atheist vengeance of Afghan. Vengeance of Afghan. Yes, God does exist. So indeed, this is quite a good it's quite a good tag for people to actually kind of just exchange comments on whether or not religion might change in Africa or the adoption of atheism is going to take root here in Africa. So indeed, it is quite a very interesting hashtag to be. You can as well as take a scroll on this particular hashtag to just get a feel of exactly what people are thinking here in Kenya and across the continent as well. So moving on swiftly, we go to matters Somalia now. From the terrorist perspective of the Al-Shabaab, a new story is coming in of a Somali household where people are just comparing and reminiscing how it is to grow up in a Somali household. So people are sending in their very hilarious comments. So indeed, if you want to just transition your week from the weekend, just to get your mood going on this week, this is a good hashtag to have a look at here. So indeed, it is quite a good, I don't even know where to begin because some of these comments are just so hilarious. We have here Ahmad Hassan says, in a Somali household, dinner is served at 10 p.m. So indeed, it's quite a good feel here. We have Jose Mourinho who says, in a Somali household, an afro means you are a drug dealer and a head of a gang. So indeed, it's quite funny and hilarious. Take a look at it. I promise you, it'll help you transition from the big weekend into the mood of the weekday. It is quite hilarious. And if you have your own comments or your own reflections of how it is to grow up in an African family, or if you're in Europe and you're watching us, how it is to just grow up in the kind of livelihoods we have been brought up, this is quite the hashtag to be. Or you can create your own hashtag where you can have people of the same personality and character just share their information. Now, moving from there, we go into matters football, where we have here Chelsea playing Liverpool over the weekend, where Chelsea beat Liverpool 2-0. Now, this is attributed to some people may say Steven Gerrard's slip and Chelsea's quick foot in taking the ball and scoring goals against Liverpool. So indeed, it was quite a good game if you look at it in the way of playing tactics. So indeed, quite a good game to have been there to watch. So indeed, let's take a look at some of the comments coming in. We have the EPL results. Chelsea win at Anfield to keep their title race alive. So let me just take you to the table standings of exactly what this particular win means for Chelsea. Let's take, this is the place to be. English Premier League table standings. So we have Liverpool having 80 points, Chelsea having 78, Manchester City having 77, and Arsenal coming in a close fourth with 70 points. And finally, Everton is fifth with 69 points. But let me give you a caution. We have here the goal difference for Liverpool being 50 and that of Chelsea being 43. So indeed, even though Chelsea is to move up and catch up with Liverpool, they still have that big goal difference. And if indeed they come into a draw where they are of the same point, then the goal difference will be the determinant on who exactly gets to take the Barclays Premiership League title for season 2013-2014. So indeed, it is quite a good match to watch in this particular time of the European football. But let's finish up with something authentic and full of authenticity. We have here Ebru Africa's morning page, where we give you all you need to know in your social life, political life, in your sports life, entertainment life. So indeed, we're giving you a whole perspective on what entails you as a human being. Take a look at this particular page. Have a look at some of the stories we have carried out previously being aired on Ebru Africa on all major stations, on all digital platforms, either by Signet or by Zuku. So indeed, you can watch it at Zuku channel 17 and at Signet channel 807. So we'd like your feedback. You can go to our Facebook page or our Twitter page. Give us a feel of exactly what you think about Africa this morning, and we'll be sure to respond to your comments. I'm Cherotich Kenei, and thank you for staying tuned to Ebru Africa's On Trend.